The purpose of this video is to help you with your E3 career progression unit and the actual task you've been set to complete at home. The task is as follows. It says use the jobs I could do now document, which is this document below, which we're going to look at in a moment together, and choose a job that I could do now. Okay. It then says then use any of the following resources to find a job that you could apply for now based on your current qualifications, if you have any of course, your experience, which you definitely do have, interests and personal qualities. Okay, and the resources I've said to use, or at the time, would have been local newspapers, as in Romford Recorder, or it might be Ilford Recorder, Dagenham Post, Yellow Advertiser, or even the Metro. Now, as we know, in the current times, these resources may not be that readily available to you. Okay, so we're going to, if you have got any of those resources, fantastic. Don't forget there are online versions of these resources as well. But just in case you can't get any of those resources, we're going to look solely at using the internet to do this. Okay, and obviously not going to be allowed ads and about, so but you could go to the Job Centre website. Okay, so that's another resource there. And then you're going to complete and identify an area of work or a job that you could do individually, that is, using the job that you have found. Okay, so how are you going to do this? Let's look at the jobs I could do document. So this is your starting point. Open up this document. So this document is essentially split into two areas which we completed together whilst at college in class. We're going to look at the top parts of this to start with. Having looked at your skills, your experiences and where you are at this moment of time, these were, if you remember, some of the suggestions as a group which you came out with types of work you would be actually able to do. So you came up with shop work. Okay, so that was things like stacking shelves, working on the till at the checkout, serving customers, and being a shop assistant. Other jobs you came out with were based upon your current options units which you've selected. So for example, some of you may be doing gardening, so you've definitely got gardening skills there. Some of you are doing floristry, so you have definitely got floristry skills there. Cleaning, hopefully you've all got clean skills there. Car washing, serving food or preparing food, and perhaps delivering. And it doesn't, what that means is by foot. Okay, you don't need a car to deliver, you can deliver by foot, or perhaps a waitress. So these were some of the jobs you came up with in lesson. Whereas the bottom part of the actual table, these are some of the skills you said which would be needed or you currently have as individuals. So things like some of you said you do clean at home, so you would be able to clean tables, for example. Okay, serving customers, some of you have these skills. Okay, so you may have acquired these in the past on work experience or work experience in college. Talking to people, helping to design things. Okay, so using skills. Okay, and I think what that refers to is just using the skills you have. Okay, so not any particular skills in mind, but the unique skills to you which you have. And we all have a different set of skills, and we can actually utilise those. So we can use those. Putting things in the right order, that's a very good skill. Using skills learnt at college. Okay, and you actually learn, if you think about it, you learn many new skills over a period of time, and we continue to build upon those skills as we go through life. Okay, it's part of learning. And a lot of you said you liked helping people, and that is so evident. You like working outside. Okay, some of you, obviously some people, it's not for everyone, but some people do like working outside. Some of you like, for example, planting flowers or working your hands. Okay, so that's anything creative, working your hands. So that could be artwork. It could be, for example, designing something on the computer. It could be doing something physical, making something from wood. Okay, so working with your hands is many, many different things. It is not a lot of people think that's building work, but it's not, or creating. You can create things with your hands, and you don't have to basically, do anything really strenuous. You can actually create something with your hands very, very easily, just sat down. Okay, it could be a painting, that's working your hands. It could be anything like that. Some of you said you'd like, for example, or or you thought cutting back trees and grass is a good skill. Now, remember when we talked about this, we talked about as well, some of these things could lead to you, as you actually get better at these, could lead to you at some time in your life, as in working for yourself, or definitely skills which you can use, which will help you to save money. If you can do something, it means, providing you've got that time, that is, that you don't need to employ, as in pay someone else to actually do it for you. And people make money, for example, cutting back trees and cutting grass. So if you can do that skill, you can do it safely, okay, because you need to keep yourself safe, okay, and you can actually do the work to a good level where it looks good, it's so rewarding, and that you will feel personally satisfied, and plus it will save you money. Okay, which leads to working by myself. Okay, so some jobs you have to work by yourself, but a lot of jobs as well, you have to come together with people and work in a team. Okay, so team working. Okay, help keep fit. Okay, so certain jobs you said will help you keep fit. That's a definite bonus. And planting vegetables came out. So these were some of the things you said, as in kinds of activities, skills, which you add, okay, within the job. Now, the next stage is we're going to use this document, or rather you're going to use the document to help you think about an area of work which you think you would like to do. Now, you're not going to do this from real, but we are going to use the internet as though you were doing this for real. Okay, so I don't want you to necessarily apply for these jobs, because obviously we're still at college, we're not going to work yet. But we need to think about there will come a time when you will leave college, okay? And some of you might stay in education, some people do. And other people, when that time comes, they might think the world of work is their next option. Okay, so this is to get you thinking. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the top part up here, what we already looked at. And I want you to pick out an actual area of work which you want to do. Okay, so say for example, and I know a lot of people will, for example, go for shop work, because I remember in class that seemed to come out the most. Okay, so we're going to take that, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the internet as our resource. Let's go and use the internet now. We're going to go and use Google. So we're going to use Google to look for a job near to us. We need to find a job, okay, as though, or we need to be looking for a job as though this were real. So we're not going to look for jobs. We talked about this in class. We're not going to put in just a random job search. We're going to look for jobs near to where we are. Okay, so the way you do this is you place your job in the actual search. This is not the only way of doing this. So we're going to do, for example, retail jobs. It's come up straight away, near me. We're going to use this near me. Okay, I'm not sure what's going to come up. Let's click and see. Fantastic. Okay. Now, what we must do, okay, is look and search. We can't just click on anything. Okay, we need to look and see what kind of retail job might be applicable. Now, in the actual search, I'm just going to scroll down the page as well so we can actually see. It says, okay, we'll begin to scroll. Here we go. Okay, so these are jobs. Church, Helm Park, these are all quite near to the college, okay. So there's lots and lots. Now, you're going to find out, as you already know, on Google, there's going to be loads and loads of jobs. So we need to make sure we're reading what we're searching. Okay, we need to make sure, and you may need the help at this stage of an adult. Okay, now bear in mind, you need to use your current qualifications. My question to you is do you have any qualifications? Okay, so no. Okay, and some of you saying, yes, I do. Okay, so if you do have some qualifications, that's all well and good. If you don't, that's also all well and good, because there's nothing stopping you, even without those qualifications, from still applying for a job. Why is that? Well, it's because you've got something else. You have got, number one, skills. Yes, you have got skills, okay? And we looked at some of those skills just now in that document. Okay, so you're going to have a range of different skills, and also you're all people, and you've all got your own personal qualities. Remember all those lovely things people say about us, as in we're nice, we're kind, we're polite, we're punctual, all these kind of wonderful qualities. Guess what? You have all those. So that means if you've got basically skills, which you have, and you've got personal qualities, which you do definitely have, all of you have, and some of you as a bonus may have some qualifications. Okay. It means that you can, okay, when the time comes, be ready to start looking for some work. Okay, so let's look at this list, and based upon what we have in class, I'm going for something like a retail assistant. Okay, let's call up. So we're going to make sure we can actually see what it's asking for. Okay, so I'm going to click on the link. Okay, this is not rehearsed, by the way. Okay, I'm just randomly clicking on the link. Okay, and I think we need to go and see that job in its full. Let's just go and do that. Okay, let's have a quick read then. So it's a retail assistant, as we can see. Okay, now we do need to check. What we're checking for is to make sure we can actually apply for the job. So if it's asking for any qualifications, chances are we're not going to have those. But if it's asking for a set kind of person, as in skills and qualities, we might actually match. We need to match our skills and our qualities for this. So let's have a look. Iceland is a point of difference in the food and retail industry, and as its size and opportunity for store colleagues to join our dynamic team. Now you're going to see wording like this. Do not let it put you off. Okay, this is all standard stuff, but it's all it's really saying at this moment in time is they're looking for someone in the food retail industry, and they want you to be a team member. Does that sound like you? Let's read on. I think that's most, isn't it? If not all of you. This position is suited to an individual. Now that may well be you, with energy and passion. Okay. We believe that our success comes through our colleagues. That's you. Okay. So a colleague is someone in the workplace. Okay. So people you work with. And where best to start then, and at the arts of the operation as a retail assistant. Well, that's the job advertised, a retail assistant. So obviously they see it as a key position. Okay, so they're looking for a key person, which could be you, to take on that job. Let's see what it says about the actual role. It says, as a retail assistant, your role is to ensure that you deliver great standards. Okay, so in other words, they want someone who's going to be able to do the things which you said some of you could do, as in, for example, talking to people, because customers are people. They'll have queries. They may say for you in Iceland, excuse me, do you know where I can find, for example, chicken wings? Okay. And obviously, if they're asking you as a member of staff, they would expect you to be able to answer that simple request. Okay. So obviously, if you are polite, see where this is coming. Look, see this is leading now. Qualities. If you're polite and you're kind, you're probably going to talk to them nicely and then show them exactly where they are. And these are the sort of things which Iceland are looking for, as in when they say deliver great standards and a store to be proud of. So they want someone that's going to be proud of working at Iceland. Is that you? I think it could be. Also, ensuring that our customers have the best experience when shopping with us. So what that means is think about it if you've ever been to a shop at all. Have you ever been to a shop at all where you walk in and you wanted to buy something and you've met someone that works at the store and they've not been very helpful at all, and you've kind of walked out and you haven't got what you wanted and you thought, oh, that weren't very, very nice. I wish they would have been a bit more helpful. Okay, so that's what they're not looking for. They're not looking for the kind of person that actually leads the customer to walk in that store thinking, oh, that weren't so good. Okay, so they want someone that's going to give their customers the best shopping experience, that's going to do all they can to make their customers happy. Does that sound like you? I do believe it does. Okay, so let's just scroll down a bit more and see what else this says. Okay, so if you are looking for a role that allows you to take pride in what you do, you'd be proud of doing this role. I think you would. Offers you flexibility and a variety of shift patterns. So that means you might be working, say, early starts at 6 o'clock in the morning to maybe 2 in the afternoon. And you might be, for example, going in at 9 in the morning till 6 in the evening. Okay, that's what it means by shift work. It's a different pattern of work. Not every day, but probably week to week. Offers you flexibility and a